All right, hi friends. So this is an alternate version of the theater drafting assignment, okay? It's a slightly simpler space, but it'll still hit all of the same skills that are in the main AutoCAD conversion project, okay? So our first step is going to be to go to Schoology and download the template file and the AutoCAD file. Okay, so once you download them, they should look like this. CSArts theater drafting template, so that'll be the Vectorworks file that you start from, and then this CAD exit theater plan.dwg file, okay? Once you download those two things, the only one you can open is the Vectorworks file. You cannot open the DWG, we have to import it, and that's what we're gonna do first. So let's open up our theater drafting file. Here we are, okay? We have a bunch of different layers. We have a scenery layer that we're gonna draw on. And now I'm going to save it as with my name, as I always do, Bartenstein. And I might even delete some of these extra words, but we're just gonna go with that for now. So now I have my own copy of this template. Next step is going to be to import that DWG file, okay? So you're gonna want to file, import, and then choose import single DXF/DWG, and DWG is a CAD file, so that's what we're importing now. You're gonna go find, it might be in your downloads if you just downloaded it and didn't put it into a nice little folder, or wherever it is, you're gonna find your CAD exit theater plan file, open that. It's gonna ask you a bunch of questions. We're gonna use the detected units, okay? We're gonna leave everything else the way it is, okay? So import succeeded, great. All right, so now we have this CAD exit theater plan, okay? This is just a 2D drawing. If I hit Shift C, it's just a flat thing. We're gonna convert it into a 3D drawing in just a moment. So I'm going to take this exit theater plan layer. The first thing I'm going to come in and do is make sure it's in the correct scale alongside the rest of the project. So I'm going to right click on it and hit edit. And I see my scale is 1:20, which is not a standard scale for us, okay? The rest of our drafting is gonna be in 1/4 inch scale. So to convert the scale of this project, we're gonna go to scale and then click 1/4 inch, all right? Make sure it's paper scale, make sure it's scale text, but you don't wanna scale all layers, okay? Click OK. So now it's converted this to be in the appropriate scale, in the correct scale for us, for our project. All right, next thing I'm gonna do, and you may have to pull this window open further and then scrunch up some of these other folder sections to get this stacking order open. And click on our layer that we're working with, right? When it looks like a clear sheet of paper. Pull that all the way down to the bottom because it's gonna go underneath our other layers, and then change its eyeball to gray, okay? So now, on the theater floor plan, actually you can leave it on if we have ourselves set up for some reason in gray snap others. If you want to adjust it to that look, that's good for us, right? So you can tell this was the original drawing, here is the theater floor plan layer we're drawing on now, okay? So make sure your check mark is on that theater floor plan layer. So now we're going to go in and use some of the tools in Vectorworks to trace this drawing, okay? So our first step was bringing it in, now we're going to trace it. We're going to come to the little house over here and pick up the wall tool. When you pick up the wall tool, there are wall styles up here, okay? And if you want to learn more about wall styles, you can watch the longer videos for the more complicated theater drafting form. But I have went ahead and given you 3 wall styles in this document, okay? You have an exterior wall that's 8 inches thick, an exterior wall that is 11 inches thick, and then a theater flat that's only 3 inches thick because that's how thick a flat is, okay? So for the outside walls of this space, we're gonna use this exterior wall 8 inches, and it's already gonna have the diagonal hatch that you would see. And we hit select, and now our wall cursor will be 8 inches long, okay? You're gonna also come over here and take a look at these wall control lines. The first one, right, would be the left control mode. We're going to use the right control mode because I'm working clockwise, but it's up to you. You will notice as you start to trace that the wall will be on the side of the dots that you're making the way that it would look in whichever mode you choose, okay? So I'm going to take this one right here, start at this top corner, and you can see I'm drawing the wall, and I'm just going to click my way around the room, and it has now dropped that wall in for me, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing for this interior wall, and I'm just tracing it because it was a CAD file. I can do that, right? It's a vector object, and we have snap others turned on, so it'll snap right to those existing things, okay? Our next step is going to be to add in the doors, and they're right here in the door tool set. So if you click on your door, it's going to be just a regular door. We can hover over any of these walls. When they turn red, then they are actually putting the door into the wall. Your first click locks it into the wall, and then you can move your cursor around until it lines up with the door in the drawing, and then click again, and it'll be installed in that door. Same thing over here, so I click, and then I move my cursor around to put these doors into the wall, okay? So now I have my 3 doors. The thing I still need to do is this dashed line situation, and that's in one of the specific styles and settings for our doors in the door tool. So I'm going to hold Shift and select all 3 doors, so I can do all 3 of them at once. And we're going to go into the door settings in Object Info. Okay, so door objects and walls, we choose Settings over here, and come into 2D visualization, which is all of the 2D attributes of our door. We're going to ask it to draw wall lines, and we're going to change the set attributes to line style so that we can choose dashed lines for those walls, the overheads, and that's going to be in this wall lines category. This sets the thickness. We're going to leave that as is, and we're going to choose this Vectorworks 01 short dashed maybe, or ISO 2 dashed, whatever works for your brain. Go ahead and choose a dashed wall line, okay? And then once you've done that, you'll click OK. If you want to play in the future, there are a whole bunch of things you can make a door be that are over here on the side. So we'll get that section later. But for now, we have now our doors with our dashed overhead lines, okay? And if you turn off the CAD file, you should have the whole theater walls set up now. So I'm going to stop here, and then I will come back and talk through doing the risers, the seating risers, and the chairs, and then we'll draft a ground plan and a section view for your export. So I will see you shortly. Thanks, friends. Bye.